This video will show you how to replace the battery on a 2016 Lexus RX 350. So the first thing I want to point out is the few things that you're going to need. You can actually use a ratchet for this, but it's going to have to be a deep socket, 10mm, a 10mm wrench. I have a ratchet wrench. I'm going to use the impact instead of the ratchet, and shout out to Snap-on, and a light. This is your best friend when you're a mechanic. This actually I bought from Harbor Freight, and it's magnetic. So let me find somewhere to put it so we can work on this car. That sounds good. That's pretty cool right there. Yeah, a light is your best friend. Okay, and so the first thing we're gonna do is need some gloves. Yeah, when you're working on a battery, I suggest you wear gloves. It's pretty corrosive. This one's not that bad, but I'm still not going to take my chances with it. Okay. And so what I typically do is, the first thing I do is I loosen this bolt right here. One right here. Get that out of there. And I'm going to try to keep everything together. Now this one right here, it actually has like a little hook at the bottom, and it hooks into this little, you'll see it when you look into it, it's like a little notch for it. But what I'm going to do is I hold on to this, and I'm just going to loosen it up. If somebody cross-threaded it. So I'm not going to take it all the way off because it's just a pain in the ass to put it all back together. So I just loosen it enough just so I can take it off the notch. You see? And then I'm going to just slide this out of here like that. And try not to keep the guard on there, or this protector, because you don't want to make sparks, that's for sure. And then I'm going to just leave this like this, because that's how I'm going to put it back on. Yeah, because if you were to touch both at the same time, it wouldn't turn out good. Okay, so now I'm going to pop this off. And I always do the negative cable first. And righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So we're going to go to the left. The left unloosens it. Okay, and you just want to take it off enough where it'll start moving. The whole terminal itself, you don't want to take it all the way off, just enough so you can take it off. It loosens up. And let's put that somewhere where it's not going to touch anything, especially metal. And let's do the positive. And like I said, just try to tuck it somewhere where it's not touching anything metal. I mean, I know it's almost impossible, but you could figure it out. To the right over here. Get this under here like this. Okay. Just getting it out the way makes it easier. And then this one actually has a handle. Let's get that out of there. Shout out to Duralast. And look, there goes the tray. And I think it was on like this. So we're gonna put it back on like this. So let's get the new battery. And there's a tray down here it's gonna set on. So make sure you put it's still in place because it might move. So you want to make sure it's in place. And then we're going to start the battery in there. As careful as you can without moving that tray. Got it on top of something. Something ain't right here. Something's under there. I try to stay organic with my videos, so in case you run into the same problems, just center it. Now, we're going to go back on, and I always leave the protectors on the battery. Like I said, I'll do one at a time. So this one actually broke. Let me get that off there. Some pliers. And try not to touch the battery. So if this happens to you, this probably won't happen to you. But I'm just trying to loosen it up a little bit. There it goes. Get that out of there. And I'm going to put the positive on first. Okay, tighten it up a little bit. Now we're going to go to the right. Right tightens, left loosens. So, and tighten it up. Don't over tighten it enough to where it doesn't move. Give it a little tug, and then we're going to hold off on that. And we're going to do the negative. Another thing too, you might make a spark. Don't worry, it's part of the process. Don't go crazy. You didn't do anything bad. As long as you do the negative first and the positive second, and then the positive and then the negative to the right, and tighten this one up, you'll be fine. tighten it enough that it doesn't move. And we're going to put this back on. So this is the little hook I was telling you about. You see, and there's going to have like a little notch. You'll see it in the video. I can't show you all the way down there, but you'll be able to see it. So I'm going to put this in first right here. Like I said, watch this, you don't want it to touch. So it's going to go in right here. And then this one's going to go into the little groove that they have down here. You'll see it when you go to do the car. And I always put this one in first. Put this in by, screw it in by hand, just until you get it threaded, because you don't want to cross thread it. It's imperative that this bar, it holds the battery down, so you might want to take your time putting it back in. Actually, you have a little problem with it. But I always start with my fingers first, just to start the bolt, because you don't, like I said, you don't want to just go with the impact and just ram it in there. It's not going to turn out good. I'm having problems with this. It must not be lined up right. There we go. Take your time, no rush. It's not like you're going to win a prize. Okay, now I do it with my finger as much as I can. Let's go forward with it just a little bit. Just don't tighten it up all the way, just enough. And then I'm going to pull up on this, because what happens is the little hook, if you don't pull up on it, it's going to start spinning. So I'm going to pull up on it, and then I'm going to hit it with the impact, and then it's going to start going down, because it's actually screwing in. And then I'm going to go back and do the front. Put this all the way on. Now last but not least, I'm going to use some battery terminal protector. And let's go ahead and spray that down. Be generous, but keep it from corroding. And voila, I think that's it. And you did it, and I love you.